2013. Here we go with the current setup for the storm for the mid-Atlantic and the southern states. Currently we don't have too much going on, so we're going to go right on into the flow pattern here. And this is today's flow pattern. We pretty much have a trough digging in the east and pretty much the ridge is building in the west. So let's take a look at the setup that we're going to be looking at, 500 millibar layer for March 5th, March 6th. This is the overlay. We have the complete omega block here. We've got the trough out west, a big ridge here in the central states, and a trough in the east. And that is what we call an omega because it's shaped very much like an omega. So, the Greek symbol omega. So we've got here across eastern Canada, that's where we have a ridge, and that's almost like a blocking pattern, but that's exactly the blocking pattern, and the flow pattern is not enough to bring the storm up the east coast. So it'll kind of get deflected to the right or off the east coast, off of North Carolina. So that's what the flow pattern is looking like at this time. Let's take a look at the setup. Right now we've got, there's the jet stream, our jet stream overlay, and the low pressure is most likely going to take the more southerly track off the coast. That's the Euro. The GFS is kind of hinting at a more northward jaunt here, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen at this time, especially even though there's a ridge up here in eastern Canada. We don't have that very pronounced high pressure blocking out over the North Atlantic. Nevertheless, we'll have significant snows possible across the mid-Atlantic. Let's get into the risk map. This is the risk snowfall map here. This is the area in white that I think will stand a chance to see several inches of heavy wet snow accumulation. The areas in dark purple, we'll see the medium amounts of snowfall accumulation, possibly advisory criteria, and the light blue will be the low-end criteria snowfall accumulation. So that's what we're looking at right now, according to if the Euro model track holds true. And we did throw our own little twist on the Euro model as well. So we're kind of keeping it in the range, the narrow range of the Euro model. Euro's been very consistent over the last several days with this storm. The GFS, not so much. There you have it. There's the wrap up of that storm that'll occur between the middle to latter portion of next week. The NAO index looks like it's staying mostly negative through mid-March, as well as the AO Arctic Oscillation Index. That is also taking quite a dive here. Some of the models take it down as low as -6. That's amazing. So we're going to continue to watch that. Let's bring quickly back up that jet stream overlay. If you notice out here out west, we don't have that extreme positive PNA that we'd like to see, so that we can get an extreme digging trough here in the east with a blocking pattern up in eastern North America. And that's why I think things aren't going to work out for snowfall along the northeastern United States. That being said, let's take a look at temperatures. Here out west, things warm up briefly before the next trough moves in the next system. And here in the east, that's where we've got a shot of cold air this weekend into early next week across the Great Lakes here. Temperatures in the 20s into the lower 30s for much of mid-Atlantic and northern New England and the upper Great Lakes here. Here in the southern plains, that's where we get a return flow, warm air, 60s and 70s all the way up to just south of Oklahoma City here. But then as we get this pattern continuing, we get the build here in the central. We see the trough here in the east, the trough in the west with the cold and stormy conditions. We'll have just enough cold air in the mid-Atlantic, in areas of Virginia and extreme northern North Carolina to get that snowfall. That'll be it here. I'm meteorologist Mark Molnar. Like us on Facebook at MeteoMark. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Here's a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton, Palmyra, and the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania.